Today, we're tackling really one of the biggest mysteries there is. What actually happens when we take our last breath? Is that it, or is there something more?
It's the ultimate question, isn't it? It touches everyone. And while, traditions offer answers, very few claim direct observation like the work we're looking at today.
Absolutely. For this deep dive, we're exploring the really extraordinary work of Dolores Cannon. She was a hypnotherapist, a past life regressionist for, almost 50 years?
Yeah, nearly 5 decades. And she developed this unique method, QHHT, quantum healing hypnosis technique.
What makes her approach so, different is that she wasn't positioning herself as a psychic or a channeler.
No, not at all. She called herself an investigator. She used deep hypnosis to access what she called the subconscious or the higher self of thousands of clients. It wasn't about her abilities, but theirs.
Like tapping into their soul memories, even memories from between lives.
Precisely. Gathering these incredibly consistent reports.
So our mission today is to unpack what she uncovered about that death experience, the soul's journey, all straight from her subjects' accounts. And be prepared, because it might challenge what you think you know.
It definitely paints a picture that's far from the common, fearful image of death. It's quite profound, actually.
Okay, so let's start right at that moment of transition, shedding the physical body. What did her subjects consistently report?
Well, often it starts with a feeling of intense coldness. But here's the really striking part, and I think quite comforting. They consistently reported no pain at the actual moment of passing.
No pain. That counters a huge fear right there.
Absolutely. They described leaving the body as quick and totally effortless, like a lifting of weight. One person even said it was like being tossed out the window, but in a freeing way,
Just a little released.
Exactly. The feeling is overwhelmingly one of relief, of shedding a burden.
Wow. And then what? Where are they?
Almost immediately, the spirit finds itself standing right beside its body, looking down at it.
Looking at their own body.
Yeah. And the personality is clearly intact. One subject even had this reaction like, oh, that old thing, it's down there. Oh, I had no idea. I looked so bad. I was so wrinkled and shriveled. I feel too good to be that shriveled.
Huh. So the sense of self is just still there. Maybe a little confused, but definitely present.
Completely present. And instead of fear or sadness, the main feeling is exhilaration, freedom, lightness. They often don't understand why everyone still alive is so upset.
Because they feel fantastic. And they're not alone in this, are they?
Almost never. Universally, subjects reported seeing deceased loved ones, relatives, friends, or even spiritual guides waiting for them.
That's incredibly comforting. The idea that you're met, welcomed.
It is. And many also encounter that brilliant white light. But it's described less as just light and more as a massive, powerful energy source.
Some call it the source, or God.
Yes, those terms come up. And importantly, entering this light seems to be a choice. It signifies accepting that you've passed on.
Okay, and this is crucial, the silver cord. What happens there?
Right. When the soul passes fully into or through this light, an energetic connection to the physical body, the silver cord is severed.
And once that's cut?
Return to that specific body is impossible. It's a definitive transition point.
It makes sense. So regardless of how someone died, accident, illness, old age.
Even something as extreme as an atomic explosion, which she did research, Cannon found what happens afterward is always the same.
Always the same basic process.
Which led her to this really powerful conclusion.
Yeah.
Death is nothing to fear. We've all done it apparently countless times before. It's familiar territory for the soul. A homecoming.
A homecoming, I like that. Okay, so you've made the transition, felt the freedom, seen loved ones, maybe the light. What's next? Where does the soul actually go?
Well, according to Cannon's research, it's not just one place. There are infinite planes of existence. And where you go immediately after depends directly on your vibrational frequency.
Vibrational frequency, like your state of being, your spiritual development.
Kind of, yeah. Your level of awareness, the energy you carry, it determines which realm you resonate with.
And Earth itself plays a big role in this whole process.
A huge role. It's consistently described as a school, a very challenging school, but one where souls can achieve really accelerated growth precisely because it's so challenging. You come here to learn the hard stuff.
Okay, but not everyone zooms off to higher planes immediately.
No. Some souls can become earthbound. They stay close to the physical world in what's called the lower astral plane.
Why would that happen?
Several reasons. Maybe confusion about their death, like a sudden accident, murder victims, sometimes people struggling with addiction or severe mental illness at the time of passing, or Honestly, sometimes just stubbornness. They don't want to leave or don't accept their debt.
And this lower astral plane, it's similar to our world.
Apparently, yes. It closely mirrors our 3D reality, which adds to the confusion for those souls. They might not even realize they've died. This is where phenomena like hauntings are often said to originate.
But they're not stuck there forever.
No, definitely not. Guides eventually come to help them understand and move on. No one is permanently lost.
That's good to know. So, beyond the lower astral.
You have the middle astral plane. This is the one that sounds most like traditional ideas of heaven.
Okay, what's it like?
Extraordinarily beautiful is the consistent description. Vibrant colors we don't have here, incredible music, a deep sense of peace. It's where you can have joyful reunions with loved ones, including pets that have passed.
Reuniting with pets, people will love hearing that.
Oh, absolutely. Souls can choose to stay there for a while, relax, connect, but it's usually seen as a transitional space, not the final stop.
Right, because there's more learning to do, like the life review.
Exactly. Eventually, souls are guided towards a life review. This happens with beings often described as elders or ascended masters, highly evolved guides.
And this isn't like a courtroom judgment.
Not at all. It's described as a completely objective self-assessment. You re-experience your entire life.
From your own eyes.
Yes, but crucially, also from the perspective of every single person and living creature you ever interacted with. You feel how your actions, words, even thoughts impacted them.
Wow. That sounds intense, potentially very painful.
It can be incredibly painful, especially seeing harm you caused from the other side. But that empathy, that direct understanding of consequence, is key to understanding karma and identifying the lessons still needed. It's about accountability and growth.
Okay. And are there even higher planes beyond that?
Yes, for souls vibrating at higher frequencies. There's talk of a place like a temple of wisdom or a vast library.
Akashic records, perhaps.
Very similar concept. A place containing all knowledge, everything that ever was, is, or will be. Subjects reported being able to access any information they desired there, often with the help of a guardian.
Incredible. What else?
There's also a healing temple, a place souls visit to be cleansed, bathed in energy to release any trauma or residue from their earthly life.
Like an energetic reset.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's fascinating is subjects reported you don't have to be dead to access this. You can connect with that healing energy through deep meditation or astral travel while still alive.
So healing is always available.
Mm-hmm. And one more really visual place, the tapestry room.
A tapestry room.
Yeah, imagine a gigantic, incredibly intricate tapestry stretching for miles. Each thread represents a life.
Okay.
And all the threads are interwoven, crossing, and connecting. It's meant to illustrate graphically how we are all connected, how every life affects countless others, a powerful symbol of unity.
That's a beautiful image. It really drives home the interconnectedness.
It does. And all this leads into another huge aspect of Cannon's work, the soul's grand plan, reincarnation, and free will.
Right. This is where it gets even more mind-bending, perhaps. The idea that we've done this before. Many times.
Countless times, according to her subjects. No human soul is new. We've all lived lifetimes not just as humans, but as animals, plants, even inanimate objects.
Wait, inanimate objects? Like what?
One subject famously recalled a life as a rock lasting millions of years. They described it as slow, with a laugh, apparently.
Yeah.
It just shows the sheer scope of experience the soul undertakes.
A rock. Okay.
Yeah.
That definitely expands the definition of life experience. So how does reincarnation fit into this? We choose to come back.
Yes. Before incarnating, souls gather in what's described as a celestial space to plan their next life, meticulously.
Plan what exactly?
Everything. The major challenges, the lessons they need to master, who their parents will be, the overall circumstances, even their exit plan, the way they intend to die.
We choose how we die and our challenges. That's huge.
It's presented as a cosmic act of love. Even difficult relationships are often seen as agreements with karmic partners or catalysts, souls we've agreed to interact with for mutual profound growth.
Like we're writing the script together before the play begins.
Sort of, yeah. We design the major plot points, choose the cast, select the themes we need to explore.
But then we forget it all. Why?
That's the veil of forgetting. We consciously choose to forget these pre-birth plans upon entering the physical body.
Why would we do that? Seems counterintuitive.
The idea is that forgetting allows for genuine immersion, to learn the lessons authentically through experience and discovery without just following a remembered script. It makes the choices real.
Okay, but if it's all planned, where does free will come in? Are we just puppets playing out a predetermined story?
That's a key point. Cannon's work strongly suggests it's not a rigid script. It's more like a flexible roadmap. We absolutely have free will.
So we can change the plan.
Yes, we make choices constantly that alter our experiences, sometimes significantly deviating from the original blueprint. Our choices matter immensely.
And we can even rewrite the contract while we're living.
That's the empowering part. Through spiritual growth, self-awareness, meditation, reflection, we can become more conscious co-creators of our lives. We can align with deeper aspects of our soul's purpose and essentially modify the contract as we go.
So we're not locked in.
Not at all. And the universe apparently helps us stay somewhat on track, despite the veil.
How?
Through synchronicities. Those meaningful coincidences, uncanny timings, cosmic nudges, they're like breadcrumbs left by our higher self or the universe to guide us, to remind us of our path and purpose.
Like little signs saying you're going the right way, or maybe reconsider this turn.
Exactly. And Cannon always emphasized the power of thought here. Thought is energy, it is creative, and it makes things happen. Our focus helps shape our reality and navigate that map.
Those synchronicities feel like little confirmations sometimes.
They really can. Gentle reminders from the larger reality we're part of.
So wrapping this up, this deep dive into Dolores Cannon's work, it really offers a completely different perspective on death, doesn't it?
It really does. Far from being a terrifying end, it's presented as a natural transition, part of a much larger ongoing cycle of soul growth and evolution.
There's a sense of purpose to it all.
Definitely. Her work emphasizes that every life, no matter how seemingly small or difficult, has lessons and purpose. And that this life, right now, is the crucial one. Our choices, thoughts, actions, they matter for our own soul's journey and for the collective.
It shifts the focus from fearing the end to living fully now, knowing we might have actually chosen our circumstances. That's a powerful reframe.
It is. It suggests we're not victims of circumstance, but active participants in our own soul's curriculum.
Which leads to a pretty provocative final thought for everyone listening. If we really do plan our biggest challenges, our most significant relationships, even how we eventually leave this life, all before we're born, how might truly integrating that idea change the way you look at the difficulties you're facing right now?
Yeah, could seeing them not as random suffering, but as part of a chosen path, part of your soul contract, could that unlock a different kind of strength, a deeper meaning?
Could that be the key to transforming those challenges and living a life with maybe a little less fear and a lot more purpose?
It's definitely something profound to consider, a potential shift from reacting to life to consciously engaging with its deepest lessons.